So we're going to play with the steam engine. I just lit a fire in it. Before I light a fire in it, I fill it all the way up to the top of the whistle with water. And then I light a fire in it and get it so it's good and hot. And the water as it expands will leak out the whistle. And I'll let it do that till it gets right up against boiling. And then with this valve, I'll drain the boiler down to where the water comes just to the top of the sight glass. And then I'll let it build a head of steam and wait till it gets up to about 80 or 90 pounds before I run the engine. In this lubricator, which is on the other side of the throttle, I've got steam oil. And here I just have motor oil. I should probably run steam oil in there too because these do get pretty wet. And I've oiled the main bearings. So the engine itself is pretty ready to go. I've got the cock on the back of the cylinder open so that it can drain off water as it condenses in the cold cylinder. And then once it warms up, I'll close that. On the back of the engine, I've got this 3-phase alternator hooked through this 3-phase switch. So once it's running, I should be able to close the switch, and then we'll have power to the line. Then from the line, it'll come to this 3-phase rectifier out into the battery. And I've got it running through a shunt here. This is really professionally wired together, as you can see. What could possibly go wrong here, right? Running it through that, I've got a shunt there with an amp meter hooked up and a voltmeter hooked up to the rectifier side of this switch. So once I've got power to the rectifier, I can close the switch and start charging the battery with any luck. Right now I've put a load on the across the rectifier to test it and to see if these meters even work, because I got these meters fairly recently. They're antiques and I didn't know if they worked, but if I close the switch it will show battery voltage and it'll show the draw from that resistor back there. So that seems to work well, drawing about 25 amps and almost 40 volts, and these are 12-volt lithium iron phosphate batteries, so it's about right. Here I'm cutting up rotten Model A wood for fuel and some pine. I don't have any really good fuel, but the oak from Model A is just pretty good. Yay, a bucket load of oak. Now we'll cut more wood. This time I'm going to put wind turbine blade parts in it. These are old wind turbine blades from 17-foot diameter wind turbine we built lots of years ago.
Went down to the London Museum of Science and Industry.
So at this point we got about pushing 40 pounds. I've drained out the water down to about right there. So I'm just waiting for about 80-90 pounds to run it. On this I don't have the governor hooked up. Don't really need it because with the constant load on the alternator, it controls the speed of the engine. If the load was going on and off, then the governor would be important. But the governor's on there for mostly for fun. It does work. So that's all I'm going to shoot for now. I might shoot another part when I get the engine running and run the generator and see how it works.